My name is Mike Ruma. I'm a maternal fetal medicine specialist. I work at Perinatal Associates in New Mexico, and what we're going to talk about today is the EPIQ and Affiniti ultrasound platforms, the latest release of software, which incorporates a variety of new features. We're going to use this new tool that sculpts and removes the extraneous information that we have on the side, uterus and placenta, and that's called aReveal. And watch what aReveal will do to this volume. It helps to illuminate and show the face off in a quick fashion without having to sculpt any information. TouchVue is very interesting because instead of using rotational knobs to change the volume, you can simply use your hand. And not only can I rotationally use two fingers to move this in a Z plane like that, I can use a single finger to move the volume in an X as well as Y plane. And then we are going to bring up TouchVue to be able to put the light and drag the light for the patient, yourself, around the volume in an intuitive fashion, just like any smartphone at home. You can double click and place the light in multiple different places, and you can also bring the depth of the light in to provide some unique shadows and illumination to the fetal face. I can also rotate the baby using 3D TouchVue. You can see how the shadows move in a realistic fashion, in a very smooth and fluid fashion using TouchVue, available on the Philips EPIQ and Affiniti systems. TrueVue is quite remarkable. You really get a true sense of what it would look like in absolute photorealistic fashion. The colorings, the shading, the tones are truly realistic. When we move to TrueVue imaging, we have this pink hue that alone is simply coloring. But as you can see, what I've done here is I've brought the light actually within the left ventricle using the depth capacity, which is unique to TrueVue, and allows the light to enter along a Z-axis. And the light here in the left ventricle, as we've placed it there, allows us to see an illuminated left ventricle, the mitral valve. And what's very interesting to me is that the light actually penetrates into the left atrium, illuminates the top portion of the wall of the left atrium, but does not at all enter the right ventricle, with no penetration through the ventricular septum, so that the light is actually acting as it really would if I put an orb of light within the actual cardiac volume. This personally helps me have a bit more confidence that there is no evidence of ventricular septal defect, and if there were, we would anticipate seeing light emanate into the right ventricle. So as we see GlassVue and we move into GlassVue analysis from TrueVue, I think of GlassVue as looking at kind of a plaster of Paris poured into the cardiac volume and then removing the cardiac myocardium and being able to look into the chambers, the volume of the chambers, kind of in a translucent fashion. For me, what I can identify here is the left ventricle. I can see the aorta leaving the left ventricle, the right ventricle, and the pulmonary artery leaving. But what's particularly important in this imaging is that there should not be any fluid coursing across or any evidence of a chamber coursing across the intraventricular septum, and I actually do not see that, which I believe is a good thing. Again, helping us provide clinical confidence that this is an intact intraventricular septum and that this is a normal cardiac septum present in this volume. And that, to me, is one area in which GlassVue can shine and provide some clinical confidence for you and your patient. Philips has provided us with tools that were incredibly useful, faster, better image quality. We are seeing an evolution of ultrasound which is truly remarkable. The advances are truly useful. They are helping us with efficiency, they're helping us with detailed image quality, and providing the patient an incredibly enriched 3D volumetric experience. And I can't wait to see what the future is going to hold.